Hello, Little Linnaeus! With millions of fine-tuning, there are miniature marvels that the world just can't live without. We humans like to think we rule the world, but look a little closer. We are outnumbered by creatures that could have come from another planet. We don't know how many species of insects there are on Earth, perhaps 10 million, which would make 90% of all life forms. So I think it's more important to get to know them a little more. Climb aboard and get ready to explore the fascinating world of insects. In the southern part of Mindanao, found in between Surala and Maasim, hid the treasured beauty of Tabulis, South Cotabato. Introducing the mystifying and surreal beauty of Lake Holon, the crown jewel of the South. Also called Lake Maughan, is a crater lake nestled on Mount Malibingoy, also known as Mount Parker, has been recently ventured by many tourists and is among the world's top green destinations. Lake Holon isn't just a new place to marvel at. It is a habitat of the rare species of animals such as beetles and butterflies. In the insect exploration in Lake Holon, headed by Miss Rosaline B. Cudera, together with Miss Annalyn Cabras, a coleopterologist, they recorded 4 species of Cicindelidae that are considered as Philippine endemic and 3 species are strictly confined in Mindanao. As discussed by Pipito and others, there are 3 species of tiger beetles listed as threatened based on Dow, namely Calomera mindanaoensis casola, Heptodonta nigroceretia, and Tiratis coracinus erickson. The Philippine tiger beetle fauna is one of the highest in the world in richness and endemism. Primary colonization routes were from Borneo via Palawan and via Sulu archipelago. This high richness could not be attributed solely to colonization. Phylogenesis proves to be a dominant force in forming the tiger beetle fauna in the Philippines. But what really makes a species a species? Organisms that look alike often belong to the same species, but this isn't always the case. I, for one, can tell that the Pachyrhynchus speciosus and Doliups ageometrica apart from these photos with the greenish metallic cluster. But they are in fact different species. It's just that the Doliups ageometrica mimics the patterns of Pachyrhynchus speciosus. On the flip side, organisms that belong to the same species can look very different from one another. For instance, Harmonia axirides in the figure come in all shapes and sizes, but they are actually the same species. If appearance doesn't reliably define a species, then what does? On this first lesson, you will learn species concept and speciation with emphasis on insects. Number 1. Biological species concept. Scientists tend to define a species based on reproductive compatibility. That is, organisms are usually considered to be members of the same species if they can interbreed and produce viable, fertile offspring. In some cases, organisms of different species like female horse and male donkey can mate and produce hybrid offsprings called mules. Although a mule is perfectly healthy, it is infertile and cannot have its own offspring. Thus, we consider horses and donkeys different species. Number 2. Morphological species concept. Let's take a look at this example. They appear to be similar, but that's misleading. Just because they appear similar due to their colors and body shape, they're actually different species. Number 3. Ecological species concept. Other species can be identified according to their ecological niches and where they live, with differences between groups being adaptive behaviors and forms in response to the availability of resources. Number 4. Phylogenetic species concept. Phylogenetic species concept states that a species is a group of organisms who share common ancestor and possess a combination of certain derived traits. We will also look at speciation, the process by which new species arise. Biologists often divide the ways that speciation can occur into two broad categories. Allopatric speciation, where species evolve into two or more descendant species after a period of physical separation caused by a geographic barrier such as mountain range or river that keeps them unable to interbreed. In sympatric speciation, the speciation happens in the same area yet there's something else isolating them. At first, this idea may seem kind of weird, especially after thinking about allopatric speciation. Why would groups of organisms in a population stop interbreeding when they still live in the same place? Find the answer by tapping the Learn More option. As to what kinds of organisms may exist on this planet in another 1,000 years or even a million, only time will tell. That's it for today, Little Linnaeus, and you can now proceed to answering your worksheets below. We hope you enjoyed learning about them, and we will see you next time.